Hi, my name is Owen, and I made a custom level in Halo Infinite Forge mode. And I just wanted to give some brief commentary on sort of my design process and just the gameplay that I recorded. As you can see, I'm not the best at Halo Infinite. I was playing with a good friend and some bots, and my friend is far better at Halo than I am. So you'll see a recurring theme of me getting killed by my friend Logan. But anywho, this map, I basically wanted to create like an arena-styled map set in like a greenhouse in space. So you'll see like there's a center area with lots of palm trees. The center area is very open, and I wanted to have like lots of longer range combat using like sniper positions that I made. And then surrounding the courtyard area are these tight hallways where there's lots of like weapon spawners and stuff. And so there's like lots of ways to traverse around the map. The center courtyard area has these 4 launchers that launch the player into any of the 4 sniper positions. So it's a very fast-paced map, very quick traversal routes, and I just feel like the tension is always really high on this map, as enemies can really be coming from anywhere. So as you can see, I tend to die a lot in this gameplay, mainly because I'm just not the best at this game. But I will say I had a total blast playing this, and my friend did too. It's definitely far more fun with friends than just playing against normal bots. But yeah, I focused a lot on these like tight corridors because during playtesting I found that players weren't really using the corridors, and some of my playtesters actually suggested that like they just didn't feel useful enough. There was no reason to go in them. So I added weapon spawners on the top and bottom floors. The bottom floors, actually you can get energy swords, which are really useful for these close range combat situations. And then some more feedback I got was the center area felt a little too open. There actually wasn't enough cover. So I added a bunch of different like pieces of cover, like walls, crates, things to like provide players with some cover in the middle of combat, so they're not just out in the open all the time. I found myself really enjoying the hallways because that's kind of the play style I normally take in these types of games. I like to have the high ground and like run around and flank enemies rather than just fight in the center. But I got some really good feedback from my friend who played it. He actually really loved the way the hallways worked as well. So clearly the incentivizing with the weapons paid off, and I think it really improved the gameplay feel and like the flow of the game, because the previous playtesters kind of just hung out in the center, whereas like he was constantly flanking me through the hallways, as you can see, which I just found super fun. There's like a parkour traversal along the walls of the courtyard that I added. Unfortunately, like the bots, the way their nav mesh works, they don't normally go for that. So it's like hard to really test with bots. But I found that it can be a fun way to like traverse and still have the high ground. Unfortunately, there's not much cover, so it doesn't feel like the most effective route. But since it's kind of part of the environment with all these like hanging plants and stuff, it kind of is just like a nice extra bonus traversal route. Even though people, like the bots, aren't really using it, I still think it's kind of cool. Yeah, so early on, I was just testing with like Covenant bots, and because I didn't realize you could set up custom games. And so one of my playtesters really helped me out. He set it up like custom, like enemy spawn points for me, which I really appreciated because I was struggling a bit with that. So it was a huge help. And I think with bots, it really is far easier to test it as a multiplayer map. And I think it honestly turned out really well, and I'm proud of it. I like the environment, and the traversal is just always really fun. I like the launchers a lot, and so did the playtesters. Yeah, that's basically it. I wanted to make like a small, like kind of tight map. I don't really like huge maps. I try to focus on smaller maps that can still support all play styles. And that was my main objective here, and I think I succeeded because the hallways serve as really good close quarters combat, and the center area is really good for like longer range fighting and like wackier play styles, like with rocket launchers and special power weapons. So yeah, this is my level, and I'm pretty proud of it. So thanks for watching.